Hi, and welcome to Morning Coffee. Like so many people around our country, I've been pondering over the last week or so the meaning behind our most recent presidential election. Everywhere I look, on the internet, on television, listen to on radio, there are people who are trying to understand what the polls demonstrate to us about our country. Why are we divided the way we are? How are people feeling disenfranchised? Trying to make sense of why is it that we could raise up two candidates, both of which were so unsatisfactory to their own parties who ended up voting for them. In all the conversation, it struck me this week that I haven't heard one person say, well, that's it. We're so divided as a people that we should split into two countries. Not once. I've heard exactly the opposite. People struggling with their emotions, with their feelings, but still in the end coming down to, well, this is still our nation where we've got to live together. We've got to figure out a way forward. I find that fascinating because in the church, we've been struggling for quite a while, feeling like we're divided into two different camps of progressives and conservatives. And yet, even though you don't hear about it in the country, let's divide into two nations, you are hearing voices in the United Methodist Church saying, let's just divide, split our denomination up into two different churches. Why is it that the thought of splitting our nation is completely unacceptable, and yet we're willing to sacrifice our church? Is it that we couldn't possibly imagine dividing the nation because we're so committed to the goal of being united through our differences, through the pain? We'll keep trying to fight together. But in the church, perhaps we are no longer as committed, at least some of us. I think those represent the extremes. And maybe that's the lesson to learn in both the election and in the current church situation. What most of us hear are extreme voices who are willing to shout at one another, where there is a large group of us who are firmly entrenched in the middle, and we lean right or we lean left. But what we want most of all is to be one faith, one people with one God. And so, what I would encourage us to do as a church is the same thing we're struggling to do as a nation. Learn to talk to one another, to listen to the pain of the other side, and learn what it means that we are one people in Jesus Christ. I hope you have a great day.